The vast emptiness of space stretched before the human vessel, a silent predator gliding through the cosmic darkness. Captain J. Park stood motionless, his dark eyes fixed on the holographic display that mapped the surrounding star systems. The bridge of the CSS Defiance hummed with quiet anticipation, each crew member acutely aware of the mission's significance. Lieutenant Eun Kim's fingers moved swiftly across the quantum communication panel, scanning multiple frequency bands. Her military training was evident in every precise movement, a testament to humanity's disciplined approach to space exploration. Beside her, the ship's advanced sensor systems pulsed with intricate data streams, collecting information about the unknown regions ahead. The Defiance was not just a ship. It was a statement. Constructed from the most advanced materials humanity could engineer, its hull gleamed with a titanium-carbon composite that could withstand extreme cosmic conditions. Weapon systems remained powered down but ready, a sleeping giant waiting for the slightest provocation. Years of terrestrial conflicts had taught humanity one crucial lesson: preparedness was the ultimate survival strategy. Every technological advancement, every military strategy, every diplomatic approach was built upon generations of hard-learned experiences. The scars of human history were etched into the ship's very design. Multiple alien vessel signatures detected, Eun announced, her voice steady and professional. Confederation tracking systems are active and scanning us. Captain Park didn't move. He understood the psychological game being played out across light years of space. Showing uncertainty or aggression could trigger unpredictable responses from the alien confederation. The ship's artificial intelligence, integrated seamlessly into the navigation systems, began calculating potential interaction scenarios. Millions of potential outcomes were processed within milliseconds, creating strategic response protocols that balanced diplomatic necessity with defensive capabilities. Hoon Choi, the communication specialist, adjusted his headset. The alien frequencies were a complex maze of encrypted signals and technological nuances. Breaking through would require precision and patience. They're attempting initial communication, Hoon reported. Encryption is complex but not impenetrable. The bridge crew waited. Each member represented humanity's best, selected not just for their technical skills, but for their psychological resilience and adaptability. They were more than a military team, they were ambassadors of a species ready to prove its worth in the galactic community. Outside the ship's reinforced windows, distant stars flickered like silent witnesses to this momentous encounter. The alien vessels began to take shape, their design strange and angular, reflecting technologies completely different from human engineering. Captain Park's hand rested casually near the communication interface. One touch could initiate protocols ranging from peaceful dialogue to defensive maneuvers. His experience told him that the next few moments would define humanity's first true interstellar diplomatic engagement. The ship's energy signatures remained controlled, broadcasting a message of controlled power. We are here. We are prepared. We are not afraid. Lieutenant Kim's console suddenly lit up with a complex data stream. The alien confederation was not just observing, they were probing, testing, attempting to understand the unknown human vessel that had entered their monitored space. Quantum encryption protocol activated, Hoon announced. Translating communication channels. The bridge fell into a tense silence. Years of human technological development, decades of space research, generations of strategic thinking all converged in this singular moment of first contact. Captain J. Park allowed himself the briefest hint of a smile. Humanity was about to introduce itself to the galaxy, and they would do so on their own terms. The stars continued their silent dance, indifferent to the historical moment unfolding within the CSS Defiance's reinforced hull. Would you like me to continue or elaborate on any specific aspect of this first encounter? The alien communication channels crackled with nervous energy. Hoon Choi's hands moved with surgical precision across the quantum translation interfaces, decoding complex linguistic patterns that no human had ever encountered before. Incoming transmission, he muttered, his eyes narrowing. They're demanding identification and purpose. Captain J. Park studied the holographic display, watching the alien vessel configurations. Their design suggested a hierarchical civilization, multiple smaller ships surrounding a central command structure. Each vessel moved with calculated synchronization, revealing a collective intelligence that spoke of centuries of cooperative evolution. The communication officer looked up. Their language is mathematical more than verbal. They communicate through quantum frequency modulations. Park understood the deeper implication. This wasn't just a conversation, it was a complex mathematical negotiation where every signal carried multiple layers of meaning. Eun Kim monitored the defensive systems. The Defiance's shield generators hummed with quiet potential, like a predator breathing softly before striking. Humanity had learned from its violent history, power was most effective when displayed without aggression. The alien transmission repeated. Complex geometric patterns translated into basic linguistic structures. They were asking, no, demanding, to understand the human vessel's intentions. Respond with standard diplomatic protocol, Park instructed. But include subtle technological markers. Hoon's fingers danced across the interface. Each keystroke was a calculated mathematical response, embedding hidden technological signatures that would communicate humanity's advanced capabilities without direct confrontation. The response was elegant. A perfectly structured quantum message that simultaneously answered their questions and demonstrated technological sophistication. It wasn't just communication, it was a diplomatic performance. The alien vessels momentarily froze. Their synchronized movements became fractionally less coordinated, a sign of confusion and potential uncertainty. They're analyzing our transmission, Eun reported. Her voice carried a hint of professional excitement. This was humanity's first true interstellar diplomatic engagement. Quantum sensors detected microshifts in the alien fleet's energy signatures. They were recalculating, reassessing, trying to understand this unexpected visitor. Park watched the holographic display, reading the subtle changes in fleet formation. The aliens were not just communicating, they were strategically repositioning themselves, testing humanity's response. Maintain current trajectory, he said calmly. No aggressive movements. The bridge crew understood the unspoken strategy. Demonstrate capability without threat. Show technological superiority without triggering defensive responses. Minutes stretched into what felt like hours. The silent communication continued, a complex dance of mathematical signals and quantum frequencies. Suddenly, the alien fleet's formation shifted. Their central command vessel moved slightly forward, a universal gesture of potential communication or challenge. Hoon's translation systems worked overtime. They're requesting direct visual communication, he announced. Park nodded. Prepare standard diplomatic interface. Neutral background. Standard human representative. The visual communication channel activated. On the alien vessels, human representatives would appear, carefully selected for neutrality, intelligence, and calm demeanor. The message was clear: humanity was here. Prepared. Intelligent. Peaceful, but not submissive. The quantum communication continued, each transmission a delicate negotiation of potential futures. One wrong signal could trigger misunderstanding. One correct response could open pathways to unprecedented interstellar cooperation. Captain J. Park watched. Waited. Humanity's first true test of interstellar diplomacy was unfolding, signal by carefully constructed signal. Would you like me to elaborate on any specific aspect of this initial contact scenario? The alien interceptors approached with calculated precision, their weapons charging with exotic energy signatures that glimmered like dangerous electrical storms. The CSS Defiance remained motionless, a titanium sentinel against the infinite blackness of space. Captain J. Park watched the incoming vessels. His hands remained relaxed, positioned casually near the ship's control interfaces. Every movement, every decision would be a statement about humanity's technological capabilities. Incoming attack vectors detected, Lieutenant Eun Kim reported. Her voice carried no emotion, just pure professional assessment. The quantum sensors mapped the alien vessel's approach, predicting their potential strike patterns with millisecond accuracy. The first wave of alien weapon discharges approached. Instead of traditional defensive maneuvers, the Defiance did something unexpected. Its energy shields didn't just block, they absorbed and redirected. Brilliant blue-white energy waves erupted from the human vessel. These were not destructive beams designed to obliterate, but precise technological pulses engineered to neutralize without permanent damage. Each alien interceptor suddenly found its systems temporarily disabled, spinning helplessly in space. Communication Officer Hoon Choi broadcast a clear, mathematically precise message across all frequencies: demonstration of defensive capabilities complete. No permanent damage sustained. The alien fleet froze. Their synchronized movements became fractured, revealing confusion and a growing sense of respect. Park understood the psychological warfare happening in this moment. Humanity was showing technological superiority without unnecessary aggression. Every action was a carefully constructed message: we can defend ourselves. We choose not to destroy. Quantum sensors detected panic and confusion among the alien fleet commanders. Their most advanced interceptor squadrons had been neutralized in seconds, without a single causality. Eun Kim's console displayed comprehensive data about the technological demonstration. The Defiance's systems had not just defended, they had analyzed, adapted, and neutralized with surgical precision. Total system disruption at 99.7% efficiency, she reported. All alien vessels capable of recovery within approximately 47 minutes. The bridge crew remained calm. This was more than a military demonstration. This was a diplomatic statement encoded in technological language. Park knew the deeper implications. Humans were communicating a complex message: technological capability does not mean destruction. It means controlled, intelligent response. The alien fleet's communication channels became a frantic symphony of quantum signals. They were discussing, analyzing, attempting to comprehend what had just happened. Hoon continued monitoring, translating the complex mathematical language of their communications. Beneath the panic, he detected an emerging emotion: profound respect. The Defiance remained stationary. No additional movements. No aggressive posturing. Just a simple, powerful demonstration of technological might. Minutes passed. The disabled alien vessels slowly began recovering their systems. Each recovery confirmed the human vessel's precise, controlled approach. Park allowed himself a small, almost imperceptible smile. Humanity had just communicated more through this single demonstration than years of traditional diplomatic negotiations could achieve. The stars continued their silent vigil, witnessing this moment of interstellar communication. No shots fired. No lives lost. Just a pure demonstration of technological sophistication. Lieutenant Kim's console pinged. The alien fleet was now attempting a new communication protocol. Their previous aggressive stance had transformed into something else: a mixture of caution, respect, and genuine curiosity. Incoming transmission, Hoon announced. They're requesting further dialogue. Captain J. Park nodded. The first phase of humanity's interstellar introduction was complete. And they had spoken volumes without saying a word. Would you like me to elaborate on any specific aspect of this technological demonstration? The communication chamber aboard the CSS Defiance transformed into a diplomatic center. Admiral Su Quan arrived, her presence radiating calm authority. She represented humanity's most sophisticated diplomatic approach: intelligent, measured, without unnecessary aggression. The quantum communication channels flickered with complex mathematical translations. Alien representatives appeared as holographic projections, strange crystalline entities with multiple sensory appendages that shifted and pulsed with each communication attempt. We seek understanding, Admiral Quan stated. Her words were carefully selected, each syllable carrying precise meaning. The translation systems worked overtime, converting human language into quantum frequency signals that the alien confederation could comprehend. The alien representatives hesitated. Their previous encounters with the human vessel had demonstrated technological capabilities far beyond their initial assessments. This was not a primitive species to be manipulated or controlled. Captain J. Park stood silently beside Admiral Quan, his presence a silent reinforcement of the diplomatic strategy. The bridge crew remained alert, monitoring every microscopic detail of the communication. "Your demonstration was unexpected," the lead alien representative communicated. The quantum translation revealed layers of meaning, part respect, part concern, part genuine curiosity. Admiral Kwan's response was strategic. Humanity has learned from its own historical conflicts. We do not seek conquest. We seek cooperation. The alien confederation's communication patterns shifted. Their holographic representations began displaying complex geometric patterns, a sign of internal discussion and processing of the human proposal. Lieutenant Un Kim monitored the quantum frequencies. Each communication carried multiple layers of information. It wasn't just about words, but about technological signatures, emotional undertones, and potential future interactions. The negotiation wasn't traditional. It was a complex dance of technological capabilities, cultural understanding, and mutual respect. Humanity was presenting itself not as a potential threat, but as a sophisticated civilization capable of nuanced interaction. "We have observed your technological approach," the alien representative responded. "Defensive capabilities without destructive intent. This is unusual in our galactic experiences." Park understood the deeper implications. Humanity was rewriting the standard protocols of first contact. They were showing that technological power could be a tool for protection, not just aggression. The communication continued. Hours passed, translated into complex quantum signals. Each interaction revealed more about human philosophy, the ability to be powerful without being violent, to be advanced without being threatening. Admiral Kwan presented comprehensive data about human development. Not just technological achievements, but cultural evolution. She showed how humanity had overcome its own internal conflicts, learned from historical mistakes, and developed a more collaborative approach to problem solving. The alien confederation's communication became increasingly intricate. They were not just listening, they were analyzing, processing, and slowly developing a new understanding of this unexpected species. "Cooperation is possible," the lead alien representative finally communicated. The quantum translation carried undertones of respect and genuine interest. Captain Park observed the negotiation with professional calm. This was more than a diplomatic meeting. This was humanity's first true test on the interstellar stage. Lieutenant Kim's console displayed comprehensive data about the negotiation. Every quantum signal, every mathematical translation was being recorded, a potential historical document for future human generations. As the negotiation progressed, the alien fleet's initial defensive posture began transforming. Their vessel configurations shifted, becoming less aggressive, more open to potential collaboration. Admiral Kwan's final statement was simple yet profound: humanity offers partnership, not dominance. The quantum communication channels pulsed with complex signals. The alien confederation was processing this unprecedented approach. A new galactic protocol was emerging, one where technological capability could coexist with diplomatic intelligence. Humanity had just introduced itself to the universe, not through conquest, but through understanding. The stars outside continued their silent dance, witnesses to this moment of potential interstellar cooperation. "Would you like me to elaborate on any specific aspect of this negotiation scenario?" The CSS Defiance prepared for departure, its massive engines humming with controlled power. The alien confederation's space had transformed during the negotiations. What began as a potential conflict now resonated with a new understanding. Admiral Su Kwan reviewed the final diplomatic agreements. Humanity had achieved something unprecedented, a first contact scenario that established respect without requiring traditional military confrontation. The quantum communication logs showed a complex dance of technological and cultural exchange. Captain J. Park stood on the bridge, watching the holographic displays of alien vessel configurations. Their previous aggressive formations had dissolved, replaced by a more collaborative arrangement. Each alien ship now maintained a respectful distance, no longer treating the human vessel as a potential threat. Lieutenant Un Kim monitored the final data transfers. Terabytes of information exchanged, scientific research, technological specifications, cultural databases, a comprehensive knowledge transfer that would reshape both civilizations' understanding of each other. The Alien Confederation's lead representative made a final communication. The quantum translation revealed layers of complex emotions, respect, curiosity, and a newfound recognition of humanity's potential. "Your approach is unexpected," the alien communication stated. The mathematical frequencies carried undertones of genuine admiration. Hoon Choi, the communication specialist, managed the final transmission protocols. Each signal was a carefully constructed message, embedding humanity's core philosophy, strength through intelligence, not aggression. The Defiance's departure became a diplomatic statement. Slowly, methodically, the massive vessel began its navigational sequence. No sudden movements. No displays of unnecessary power. Just a calm, controlled withdrawal that spoke volumes about human technological sophistication. Alien sensor arrays tracked the human vessel's movement. What had begun as a potential conflict had transformed into a potential partnership. Humanity had demonstrated its capabilities without firing a single aggressive shot. Captain Park understood the deeper significance of this moment. Generations of human conflict, technological development, and cultural evolution had culminated in this single interaction. They had not conquered. They had communicated. The bridge crew remained professional, but an underlying sense of achievement permeated the atmosphere. They were not just a military vessel. They were ambassadors of an entire species. Lieutenant Kim's console displayed comprehensive data about the interaction. Every quantum signal, every mathematical translation was a potential historical document. Future human generations would study this moment of first contact. The Alien Confederation's vessel configurations began to adjust. Their previous defensive postures dissolved, replaced by a more open, collaborative arrangement. Humanity had introduced a new paradigm of interstellar interaction. Admiral Kwan's final diplomatic communication was simple yet profound. It outlined potential areas of scientific collaboration, technological exchange, and mutual understanding. No demands. No threats. Just an open invitation to explore possibilities. As the Defiance prepared to jump to its next destination, the alien vessels maintained their new formation. The mathematical frequencies of their communication had changed, no longer defensive, but curious. Hoon Choi's translation systems captured the subtle shifts in alien communication patterns. They were processing, analyzing, beginning to understand this unexpected species that had entered their galactic region. The stars outside seemed to witness this moment of potential transformation. One civilization had just introduced itself to another, not through conquest, but through intelligent communication. Captain Park allowed himself a momentary reflection. Humanity had just rewritten the standard protocols of first contact. They had shown that technological power could be a tool for understanding, not just domination. The Defiance's engines prepared for faster-than-light travel. One final quantum communication was transmitted, a mathematical signature that carried humanity's core message: we are here. We are peaceful. We are ready to explore. Lieutenant Hoon Kim initiated the jump sequence. The alien vessels watched as the human vessel prepared to depart, their sensor arrays still processing the unprecedented interaction. A new chapter in galactic history had begun. And humanity had written its first page with intelligence, respect, and an unprecedented approach to interstellar communication. Would you like me to elaborate on any specific aspect of this resolution scenario?